Hello, beautiful people, and welcome to this live Food Matters experience. This is something unlike anything we've ever done before on Food Matters. This is not just about learning how to calm your nervous system and how to drop in deeper and how to tap into higher realms, how to activate your own inner self healer. This is about experiencing it live. And my guest today, Dr. Espen, is a dear brother and friend. I've gotten to know him a little bit over the past few years and had the opportunity to help play a part in bringing him to Gaia as well, where I was serving as CEO for the past almost 3 years and saw him firsthand deliver a live experience, not only to the team, there was a breath work he offered to the team, but also at the Gaia Sphere Event Center during a live event. And it was one of the most impactful talks that I ever experienced. And I know I'm a little biased because you're a friend, Espen. Now I'm grateful to call you a friend. However, this was so touching and it really reinvigorated this excitement that was first born in me when I was finding out a way to help my father heal. And I discovered, wow, he can activate his own inner healer. And it was so revolutionary. And then when he got that message and he started healing, within 3 months, 6 medications gone, 50 pounds lost, life back to normal. And that was 20 something years ago. And listening to your talk, it was almost a similar type revelation where you were like, you got this message, you went and did this action, which I'll let you talk about. Your body started healing. And then since then, you're on this mission to help people awaken their own healer in a way. So, without further ado, first of all, welcome everybody. This is going to be part learning, but mostly experience. And so, caution, if you're listening to this live, fantastic. If you're listening to this as a replay, um, no heavy machinery, no flying airplanes. No, I mean, I don't want this to sound like a pharmaceutical ad, but yes, there'll be a point when you'll need to drop in. So without any further ado, Espen, welcome. Great to have you here. So wonderful.
Oh, I'm really honored. Thank you so much, James. It's been a journey, as you mentioned, since we got to know each other and been sharing some of the beauty of the breath and the healing power of the breath. And that I didn't know that about your father, man. That's really cool. It doesn't surprise me at all because there is this immense, beautiful, innate intelligence in the body that is mostly untapped,
Mm.
underutilized, and that's what we want to discuss today. So it's a privilege to be with everybody today.
So for those that don't know you, um, we're going to be talking about breath today. We're going to be talking about nervous system regulation. We're going to be talking about feeling calm. And I think that, in the Transcendence docuseries, a collection of experts talk about this concept of rest, digest, repair. The body cannot heal unless it's in rest, digest, repair. And if you're constantly in fight or flight, fight, flight, freeze, you are not able to heal, you're not able to digest, your body's not able to function correctly. And we've moved from an environment of having stress on an infrequent basis to a 24/7 news cycle, which is death, pain, fire, destruction, distraction, division. And this is
Mm-hmm.
constantly putting us in a stress state. And so having these tools is more important than ever. So that's the frame for this call. And how did you come to this information? How did you come to this knowledge?
First, what you stated is 100% accurate and scientifically proven. And the biggest problem with it is that most people are unaware of their sympathetic dominance. They're aware of the anxiety. They can feel the stress. They can feel the lack of, the unsettled feeling in the nervous system, the kind of need to move from A to B to C. But they don't actually know how chronic this has become, the sympathetic dominance. This is wired as a program in the nervous system. So I had a wonderful experience. I now call it when I broke both my legs and ended up in hospital in Melbourne 2006. 14 different pieces of metal was placed in my legs. And then 2007, I went back to take all the metal out. and I got a staph infection from the hospital, an actual infection, iatrogenic infection, as it's called, from the hospital. From that time, 2007 to 2008, I fought for my life and I did everything that I was told. I took all the drugs and saw all the nurses and the doctors and did all the potions and the lotions and all the motions in between, and I ended up with sepsis and lost 15 kilos. And the doctor said to me in 2008, he said, "We have to amputate your leg." He said, "If we can take your leg, we can stop the infection from spreading." He said, "If we don't amputate your leg, you're going to die." And my two greatest fears were realized in that moment, either that I would die like my little brother did, or that I would become permanently disabled like my little sister is. So I had a spiritual experience the first time in my life. I call it a download, a connection to God, an encounter with the quantum field, whatever you want to call it. And I received a very simple message, and an instruction, to be more clear. And the instruction was to go home and breathe. And I followed the instruction. I did exactly the breath that I was told to do. And I was not spiritual and certainly not religious at the time. But this was the first time I experienced peace, James. In a year
Mm.
and 2 months, I was continuously in fear. And I followed the breath, I followed the instruction, the very same breath that we're going to be doing today, modified and improved over many years, of course. But I did that for 3.5 weeks. And after having the infection for a year and 2 months, being told that I was going to die and almost dying twice, I completely healed myself.
Yeah.
And so, disclaimer, if you break a leg, still go to the hospital. Don't breathe and meditate. You do that at the hospital and after. But we don't have a healthcare system. When Food Matters came out, bro, I don't know. I think I bought like 40 DVDs and gave it to as many people as I could because I was like, finally, someone is talking about this. So yeah, it's an honor to be here, man.
Well, I mean, likewise, I mean, for the film to also attract and call in some incredible people into my life, including yourself, is so beautiful. And I think one of the things you touched on, which I want to double click on for a short moment, is this concept that fear is coded into the medical system, and it's nobody's fault. But my father's experience was one where he was not really offered hope. He was mainly offered, try this
Yeah.
cocktail of meds, try this might help with your symptomatology. But I think that the reason why a lack of hope exists in the medical system is because compliance and insurance and medical reasons that inhibit doctors from offering hope because they don't want to be misleading, they don't want to give people false hope. And your doctor gave you a prognosis essentially saying, "Hey, the legs come off or you die from this infection." And that is an enormous wave of fear that came over your body, I'm sure. And, and Transcendence season one, episode two, we talk about fear and stress. And, Chris Walk, a friend of mine, he was diagnosed with stage 4 colon cancer, end stage, and told basically, you have to have this extreme treatment and get ready for the worst case scenario. And every part of his body felt like not doing it. And he prayed and decided to not do it and went down this other path and healed himself and had an incredible experience. But the strength it must have taken him and yourself to listen to this voice. I mean, it's easy for you to maybe say it now, but that was that's an enormous amount of courage, my friend.
Thank you. And I had no choice, to be honest. I was, what do you do when you back up against the wall? You move forward. But this is why, as a physician, I've been so inspired about sharing these tools because when I was in clinic, I see this over and over again. Normal people and other times, you know, seemingly healthy people and people often who had spent their life chasing money, success, meaning, impact, freedom, whatever. Then they come to me in their 40s, and not always 40s, it could be 30s, it could be, now it's getting younger and younger. It's dangerous to see the trend. But they would come, and as they were hustling, they had all these different problems. But when they came to me, they only had one. And that
Mm,
was, I'm dying or I'm sick or I'm struggling and I need to get well. And they had to then try to, recuperate their health by spending the money that they had, wasted their health to get, so to speak. And so the biggest problem, and I'll just put this in there quickly, I used to say to because I had a team of medical doctors, chiropractors, dentists, nurses, multidisciplinary franchise of multidisciplinary clinics in Australia. And as I hired medical doctors, particularly with their philosophy, very indoctrinated within the allopathic system of, sick care, not healthcare, so to speak. And again, sharing the prognosis rather than what is possible for the human genome
Mm.
and human body to experience. I would ask the question, how do you know if you're healthy? And many patients would say, well, I feel good, I don't smoke, I don't drink, and I guess I'm healthy. And then I would ask the question, does the absence of disease mean, excuse me, does the absence of symptoms mean that you're healthy? And of course, the answer is no. You can have heart disease, diabetes, and cancer at the same time and feel fantastic. So the question, how do we know if we're healthy, cannot be determined by just how we feel. It's determined by how we function. Now, every
Mm.
single function in the body is regulated and controlled by the nervous system. So if your nervous system is in stress, it affects everything. And the primary element that regulates and controls this is your breathing. So we're not just talking
Yeah.
about some meditation or some stuff. We're talking about the primary system and the primary thing that can regulate and eventually master this system. They are the two things that we'll be discussing today. They're more powerful
Yeah.
than any other thing in healthcare or in the health and healing journey in general.
Yeah, it's really a foundational way of thinking. To me, nutrition is in many respects as well. I mean, there's funny things we need to do as humans, right? We need to eat. Well, we can go some time without eating, but we need to eat.
A lot longer than we
We need
think.
to we need to breathe, and we also need to excrete things, right? Urinate, defecate, sweat, etc. And these are primary functions of the body. So then anything that you can do to optimize that process is, optimizing the body from a first principles perspective. So eating better food and breathing better. But it's the breathing better that often gets left out of the equation. And it's maybe thought of as like well, it might help a little bit, but your story shows that it's actually like the thing.
Yeah, we proved it as well. We did a series of case studies. We took two groups of patients. One group continued their normal lifestyle, but did see the chiropractor weekly, did see the medical doctor fortnightly, and got all the functional medicine tests, the supplements and whatever else that they needed. They exercised and continue in their normal lifestyle, so to speak. The other group didn't got no chiropractic, no medical care at all, but they were not diagnosed pathological. So they were like the same two groups of patients were basically considered healthy. But the second test group did three things only: intermittent fasting, emotional healing, and breathwork exercises. And 90 days in, we did blood tests of the two groups. We did subjective and objective tests. How do you feel? How do you function? And we found a night and day difference between those who had only done emotional work, intermittent fasting, and breathing. They were significantly by about 39% better than those who did got all the medical care. And by the way, just to be clear, there were no change to lifestyle in the second group, the ones who were doing the breathing and the emotional work, apart from intermittent fasting. They ate the same stuff, just less of it. So we were just like, okay, so you can have all the most expensive medical, stuff in the world, but if you miss these fundamental parts, you're really missing the mark, so to speak. And I realized, if I can summarize what we've talked about today, with my patients and my own experience, most people aren't sick, they're not broken, they're not stressed, they're just not breathing properly.
Okay, everyone, take a breath. I feel like oh wow. Yeah. I mean, and to when you say it like that, I mean, uh, I was first introduced to the breath through yoga, right? Pranayama, ancient practice, super powerful in a way. Then I had the opportunity to breathe with Wim Hof. I remember in a cold winter's morning in San Francisco, and very powerful, and jumped in the ice bath with him, and he's singing with me, and it was super fun. Then I did a rebirthing breathwork experience, about a 60
Mm.
minute type experience, and I started to get the really big visions. And then I did a breathwork experience with you and my wife, and we went through one. And to me, it started to bring everything together. It was a little bit of you have the doctor, chiropractor, scientific background, then you have the spirit, space holder, container experience.
Mm.
And then you have this personal experience of being told basically your leg's gone. We take it off or you die. And then and I'll let you expand more on how you did this because I'm sure there's a little bit of a cliffhanger there. You basically left the hospital, stopped breathing. You're still on the Zoom today, so we assume it got better. And
I got two legs. Yeah.
yeah, well, you gotta show us. No, I'm joking. And then and then and then this, yeah, just all the different elements of this sort of coming together. And then once I learned more about the breath and then experienced more, the how serious I take it improves. It's like if you learn a little bit about nutrition, you're like, oh, I'm going to have organic dairy instead of non-organic, and I'm going to have less gluten. When you learn a lot, it's a different story. You've got fermented going in there, you've got more avocados going on, you're balancing your blood sugar, same with breath work. And so thank you for allowing me to take my experience of breath work deeper. And I'm
Mm.
excited for people to experience that today as well. I mean, that's a huge gift that you're offering. But can we go back to what happened? So you got this message to breathe, you were in hospital, and that courage you took to go and follow that line.
Yeah. I lived in chronic stress for a lot of years, and when I first realized in 2007 that I had the infection, I got it swabbed and sent off to pathology, and it came back as a staph infection, which was then, dropping me further into sympathetic dominance, fight or flight, and survival mode. And I tried everything I was told, like I mentioned, for a year and 2 months. And when the doctor said, I remember it was crazy. I was sitting there and I was just like, I don't want to be here. I don't want to end up like die like my brother or end up permanently
Mm,
disabled like my sister. It was a full download. Now, having multiple spiritual experiences since plant medicine ceremonies and travel around the world and doing 20 days of water fasting with breath work, that's very psychedelic in nature. I've done a lot of these things, so I now know what that was. Now, then I didn't know. I just knew that I went from a year and 2 months of complete fear to a moment of complete stillness, peace, and I felt safe in my body for the first time.
mhm,
And so I didn't know what changed my nervous system, but I knew exactly what I had to do. So I went home and I sat up and I started breathing. And I was told to breathe in through the base and out through the crown, in through the root, out through the crown. And I was shown the torus field. And today, even as I travel around, we've got some amazing stuff on Gaia, thanks to you, with a lot of the science there. So good thing to go and check that out as well. But
mm,
I was shown the torus field, and I didn't know what the torus field was. I've never learned that. So, but I was shown it and I was told to breathe in alignment with this torus field. And if you guys don't know what the torus field is, watch the movie or the documentary Thrive or Thrive 2, or just look it
mm,
up. This is who we are. We don't have a torus field. We are a giant torus field. It's the electromagnetic field of the body, of which the center is the heart, right? And so I was shown the torus field. I was shown how to breathe. And I was shown that when I breathed in and out, I was creating electromagnetic energy that was spiraling through the body systems. And I was opening and contracting this field. And I was shown how I could accumulate biophotonic energy, which I now know, and it's in the book that will be coming out soon. Much thanks to you, brother, with Hay House and Penguin, and I've detailed the science of it in there. There's over 200 references to research that's been done in neuroscience, quantum physics, and many other modalities and arcs of research where we can show this now. But then I didn't know. I knew what to do, but now I can explain it scientifically. So I was showing you do this and you breathe and then you take a breath in, you hold and you squeeze. And when you hold and you squeeze, you create the pressure and you drive it into the brain. And I was shown like what happened in the brain visually in my spiritual downloads or moment of clarity, so to speak. And I think honestly, when the doctor said that, he would take my leg or I would die, my nervous system just completely shifted. And it had to reconfigure itself. I can't explain it any other way. And I was shown that when you do the hold, squeeze, push, and look up, you can then create pressure against the pineal gland and the pituitary gland. That's what a lot of people miss. You know, a lot of teachers are talking about the pineal gland being the third eye. It is a part of the third eye. It's the masculine or the electric aspect of the third eye. But you need the feminine, the magnetic too, which is the pituitary gland, which just happens to be the master controlling gland of the entire body. So the
Yeah,
masculine, the
for
feminine,
all of
the
the
electric,
hormones as
magnetic.
well.
It's
Mm.
crazy. And so most
Yeah.
people don't talk about this and they miss the mark. You can't have creation or activation without feminine and the masculine. So long story short, I was shown this technology. I was instructed how to do it. I went home. I set up on my bed in Melbourne, and I followed. I just followed instruction: in, out, in, out, in, out. More breath, hold, squeeze, root log, push it up, exhale, and relax. And then I started feeling the fear leaving my body, and tears came, and I hadn't cried for I don't know how many years. And I was like, wow. And I was feeling connected to my body again. I was feeling safe
Mm.
in my body again. I was feeling a bit of joy that I hadn't felt for so long. Anyway, so I kept doing the same breath that we're about to do today. I did it 2, 3 times a day for I think almost 4 weeks, 3.5 weeks, and I completely healed. And I've got a scar this long to show for it. And after that, I was
I've
like,
seen it. It's a
yeah,
big scar, people. I've
yeah, it's
seen
a
it.
big scar, man.
Yeah,
I think I
it's a
had
big
like
scar.
12 surgeries or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, and it is, as you mentioned, a very spiritual experience because we are spiritual beings. You know, we're not physical beings. So it's much more to it than just healing. I do it often for, a lot of successful people, entrepreneurs, philanthropists these days that want to reconnect to their purpose and connect with their soul. If they feel lost or something, we can work for that as well. So we just don't know what will come from it, but what we do know is that it increases energy frequency and vibration and brings light into the body and being.
Yeah, and it's so incredible that this is like the one of the first 15 interviews I think that I ever did in 2007. One of them was with David Wolf, and I consider him somewhat of a nature-based philosopher. And he said something to me, and I don't even remember if it was off camera. It's definitely not in the documentary, but he said the future of healing will be Stone Age technology. And to me, it was so profound because now, as I look at the most profound modalities, at least in the circle of influence of my close friends, family, partner, etc., it's breath work, psychedelics, grounding, sun, nutrition, water, fasting. Like these things are literally free, essentially. And I think back on that, 2007 quote that he gave me, I would say that they're Stone Age as well. Like they are, they literally are.
You can't get around them. Now people are jamming all of these peptides in the body and they're,
Mm.
the Ozempic and all these horrible things. Very, very dangerous. Very, very dangerous. They don't know that like the graphene oxide that it is in these things, what it does to the body. A lot of technology has come out, that let's not go down the rabbit hole, but I couldn't agree more. I think you can't
Yeah,
get around that. You may biohack a bit, and I'm a vivid biohacker. I've got every device
yeah,
that you could imagine, but it's an add-on. It's never the core
yeah.
practice.
So I think what you're saying is that if you have your foundational principles in place, movement, breath, water, solid nutrition, good community, um, daily nature-based activities, then you can add your biohacks on top. But to have biohacking type activities to try replace these foundational sort of models for improving health, it's really a waste of time and money.
Yeah, it becomes an addiction and an attachment, and a thing that you do rather than a core
Mm,
fundamental practice. Nature, Mother Nature, she always has the answers. And if I can leave with one thing based on this conversation, just quickly, I discovered that you can do what's called breath retraining, and in less than 4 months, you can completely rewire your nervous system, irrelevant of how long you've been stuck in chronic fatigue or fight or flight. In 4 months, you can completely rewire your nervous system. Hence what we call it breath retraining. And
mm,
the statistics on this are amazing. As I say, you're walking around with a superpower hidden right underneath your nose. No one's shown you how to use it. You can do everything else, but if you don't get that right, you will keep running into the same problems over and over again.
Mm, I love that. So I do want to make sure that we have a good amount of time for people to experience this experience. That was the point of today's live call. And so as we prepare for that, I'm soon going to be handing over to Espen. He's going to take the wheel. And before we do that, I want to mention a few things just to make sure that everyone feels fully invited into the worlds of Food Matters and of Dr. Espen's world. So Dr. Espen has a 1 day experience that we're going to be sending you some information on. It will go deeper into the practices that he is talking about today. And there's a small cost to it. I think it's around $100 or so. And that is something that we'll have a link for, and he's prepared that for this community as well. So I know we had a few thousand people sign up for this. There'll be hopefully those all of those people will watch it, and the replay. Getting on live all at the same time is can be a challenge for some people, but well done for those that are here. There's nothing like experiencing it live IRL via the internet, in real life via the internet. So we are literally everybody the antithesis of AI right now. AI can't do this. Okay. Then at Food Matters, there's a few interesting things we have going on. We have our Food Matters Institute nutrition certification program. So some of you may already be students, some of you may be thinking about studying nutrition. This is an area that I've spent the last 20 years and brought together over 50 world-class experts into this program. There'll be a link to that as well. Additionally, we have a new hormone reset program that's just come out, and that is available for people to join. I think we've had, a few hundred people starting to go through that already. And hormones are the topic du jour right now because we are not regulated, because we are not well fed, and with correct hormone balance, we can experience incredible health. So, Espen, I'm going to pass over to you now, buddy. Give you the wheel. Instead of giving Jesus the wheel, I'm going to give Espen the wheel. So, you're going to drive. And yeah, please also let everybody know I obviously excluded a ton of information about the 1 day intensive that you have coming up, but I'd like if you could share a little bit more about that. We will also drop, I don't know if it's already been done, but a link in the comments here to all this. And you can always just open the link on your browser. And so just make sure it's there. So you might go into another realm during this breathwork experience. So then when you wake up, if we've all left you and nobody's there anymore, and you're like, what happened to the Zoom? At least that link will still be open somewhere. Or you can keep an eye on your email inbox. We'll send an email out after this as well. So Espen, over to you. And I see the link coming in there on the comments. So thank you, Michaela and team, for that. Yes, Espen, over to you, buddy.
Thank you, James, and appreciating being here with everybody. As James mentioned, the 1 day is going to be very powerful, and I talked to my team yesterday. We actually wanted to make it 4 days, so 97. I think it's US, and you get to work for a full day with me. We're going to work through your primary core problems, and we're going to break through as many of those as we can and do two breathwork experiences in the 1 day event. And I'm also going to invite you into an online challenge where I show up for you 3 days in a row, body, mind, and soul, and teach you these things, particularly what's happening in the world and how we can prepare. And it's got a whole bunch of other things. So I'll bring it up later. But the reason why we mentioned it before the breath is just like James said, in the breath work, many people end up in the quantum field having a beautiful psychedelic type experience. And I don't want to have to talk about how to enroll and these things afterwards. So please click the link and just open it and have a look. And the offer is going to be available for you guys next couple of days, I think, something like that. But it would be beautiful if you could consider doing that for yourself, because as I mentioned, in a short period of time, you can begin to rewire your nervous system rather than this just being a webinar, so to speak. Okay, so can I get a yes in the chat if you are ready to jump into more of this science? To give me a thumbs up, maybe. Heck yes, let's go, let's party. I'm ready, whatever the vibe is. Just to let you guys know, we're going to go a little bit over time if you want to do the breathing experience. So just prepare yourself to be here for the next, say, 80 minutes or so. Okay. And please also share in the chat where you're joining us from in the world. And I know that you're here because you're a part of the Food Matters community, which is quite extraordinary. I remember when I was in clinic at the time, and I think it was 2011, and the Food Matters had been out for a little while, and I saw it, and I was like, finally, someone's talking about these things. So I bought like 40 DVDs and shared it with all of my patients and said that, you need to watch this. So I just want to acknowledge everybody for showing up today and being here, because it's the people who show up who get results. And if you're watching the recording, just the same. And this is important because right now the world is going through what I believe is a major transition. I believe we're going through a great awakening from fear to love, contraction to expansion, darkness to light, and stress to presence. And in order to do this rebirth consciously, we have to adopt new tools. We cannot adopt the tools that have been given to us that got us here in the first place. And so what I want to talk to you today about today is specifically what these tools are, how to deploy them, how they work, the science behind them, to share a little bit about my story so you can get the understanding of how this does affect the nervous system. Then invite you to the one-day event, which is with a 3-day challenge and the whole experience, 4 days of working with me in total, plus a whole bunch of other things that we'll share with you. And then, of course, also share the breathwork experience with you, moreover, a breathwork ceremony, the same one that I did for James, the same one that I've done for, a lot of one-on-one clients around the world, royal families. Dr. Bruce Lipton is a dear friend and a client of mine, and so on and so forth. So I want to share that with you, to take you on that journey today, and see if it feels magnetic for you to continue this journey. Sound good? Cool. I see some of you on the floor already. We're not going to be breathing for the next 20 minutes, so feel free to grab a chair or sit on the floor and stretch, even better. I'm setting the timer. Okay, are you ready? Some of you are there. I see you. Hello to the beautiful children who are there as well. I'm going to go through this pretty quickly, guys, so hopefully stay with me. If the team can give me access to share my PowerPoint, please, then we will bring that up. All right, here we go. Now, before I get into this, let me just say 2 more things. 1, do not take anything I say for granted. Do your research. And please keep an open mind. I'm going to share the summary of 20 years of research in real healthcare, in transformation, quantum physics, and neuroscience. 20 years of research in 20 minutes. Okay, so please keep an open mind. When you feel the truth bumps, the spirit bumps, when the heart opens, you feel something that's true for you, take a note of it. All right, and even more importantly, act on it. So I start with a question because questions are really how the journey starts. And the question that I want to ask is, what if the one thing standing between you and the life that you want isn't another supplement or a diet or a retreat, but something you do wrong 20,000 times every day? Just sitting with that question and feeling into that question. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Espen Wold-Jensen. I'm Norwegian originally. I've had the chance to be sharing these tools around the world for the last, good 15 years. I've been researching it for 20 years. And after serving 3.5 million people around the world and doing this research, I found that there was one primary modality that was more powerful than anything else. One primary modality. And that's the modality that I want to share with you today. Before we move on, can I get you guys to just mute yourself? I'm getting some background. Yeah, go ahead and double check you're muted. Excellent, thank you. So today I want to talk about the quantum method, okay? The hypothesis, which means the theory, the evidence behind it, and then I want to give you the experience, okay? So we're going to be talking about the method that is the culmination of the 20 years of research that's been discussed. This is what you're gonna walk away with. Why breath is the hidden lever behind every system in the body, and why 90% of adults use it backwards, use it incorrectly. The breath does one out of 2 things. It has a lot of powerful healing capacities, of course, but it does one out of 2 things. 1, it will activate the fight or flight system, the sympathetic system. Or 2, it'll activate the rest and digest system, the parasympathetic system. It will activate one or the other specifically based on how you breathe. Most people don't know this science, and they've never been shown how to discern or assess. And they've, of course, also never had the chance to do breath retraining. I want to share with you the one technique that I use every single morning. I'm here in beautiful Bali. I literally did it this morning, and I'm going to give you a gift so you can just download it. Okay, it's not the big psychedelic experience or the healing transformational experience that we're going to be doing together a little bit later, but it's the morning practice, and I'll give you that gift in just a few moments. If you get your phone out and get ready to scan the QR code, I'll let you download it for free in just a few moments. And as mentioned by James, where the introduction leads off, what if the next thing you've tried isn't just what you've done so much of, but something that's completely different, something that will help you rewire it from the inside out. And that's the 1 day event and the online challenge that we talked about a little bit earlier. Because very often people still feel stressed, stuck, or even unfulfilled, as mentioned. Okay, so let me give you a gift. I want to say thank you for showing up. I'm so honored that you're here. If you're not here, then we don't really have much that we can do in terms of transformation. So if you scan that QR code, it'll take you to my Instagram and go and follow first. So in order for the system to work, please make sure that you follow the page first so you can get the gift. And once you follow the page, then simply send me a message and just write the word FM for Food Matters. Okay, so go to Instagram, scan the QR code. If you don't have a QR code that you can scan, just go to Dr Espen. Instagram, text me the word FM. Okay, and then my system is going to send you a professionally recorded breathwork journey that I do every single morning to your DMs. You can click the link and just download it. Okay, so you'll have that as my gift to you. The method that I'm about to share with you has been researched and validated by many incredible people in the health field specifically. Dr. Bruce Lipton, who became the father of epigenetics, says that he has personally experienced this technique, and it's a wonderful way. And he says he uses this to manifest the life that he desires. Dr. Michael, who's a great spiritual teacher, says that the methodology is absolutely on target. And Dr. Johnny Martini, who's a polymath mastermind, shares that these teachings can take your life and your business to a new level. One of my heroes, who's Marianne Williamson, has shared that this offers an illuminating system to our true nature, and it is an opportunity to literally move from fear and fragmentation to the innate wholeness, and that this is the way to go. So many of the greats have looked at the method, tried the method, experienced it, and also transformed their own lives because of it. So if it's something within the people who are leading this field, it might be something in this for us as well. So here are the statistics, and this is just some of the stuff that I want to share with you. Feel free to take a picture of this. I know that many of the members of the Food Matters community are ladies, so let's share the first statistics for you. 77% of women over 40 report chronic low-grade anxiety that they can't name or can't shake. That is a mind-boggling percentage, and that is absolutely unnecessary if you learn the things that we've been talking about today. And similarly, 62% of men over 40 report persistent stress, fatigue, and low mood they never seek help for. Okay, often citing, I just got to push through it, which is, of course, leads to the problem getting worse. So this is an absolute disaster, and it doesn't need to continue. We can do something about it. I thought I had everything together. I was owning and operating one of the fastest growing wellness and medical healing centers in Australia. I had 75 staff under my management, 27 doctors, medical doctors, dentists, nurses, naturopaths, chiropractors, you name it. But really what was going on was underneath the surface, I was running on caffeine, adrenaline, and a feeling that, I wasn't safe. And that's the key. When your nervous system doesn't feel safe and it doesn't settle, you're always kind of feeling like you're on the go or never really able to be fully present. I don't know if you can relate to this, but if you have that quiet feeling of stress and anxiety in your system that you can't really relax and feel at peace, the majority of the time, then most likely your nervous system is in what's called sympathetic dominance. So I went through life and got my success and so on, and then came the silence. As I said, 10 clinics in national recognition, everything I'd worked for, and underneath, I couldn't fix the problem. I had to stop. I had to do things differently. I had to break down to break through. And that's when I started searching for something different, something that was far more profound than, the clinical sciences, so to speak, that I had been taught in my studies to become a teacher. I was a nutritionist, and also my 2 degrees in science. So I want to check in with you guys. What's the biggest takeaway so far? Let's pop it in the chat. What's been your biggest takeaway so far? What's been the biggest takeaway so far? Yeah, stress is ubiquitous. Does everyone have to break down to break through? No, absolutely not. That's why we want to do this work now, so we don't. So we can proactively deal with the chronic stress that's in the system before it becomes a disease. Mental, physical, emotional, spiritual, chemical disease. Experiencing unexplained low-grade anxiety. If your back's up against the wall, move forward. Does it help with chronic pain? Absolutely. This chronic pain is stress. Yeah, 98% of the disease in the body is caused by emotions or directly linked to emotions. How do you regulate your emotions? You learn to breathe. What happens when you have an anxiety attack? You breathe in this bag. What happens when a child gets emotional? They breathe. It all comes back to the same thing. It's not the be all end all, but it's pretty close to it. All right. You guys are amazing. Okay, so let's go. There's more to it. Good. Taurus field, chronic pain, grief. Great takeaways, guys. So, what did I discover? I discovered the very similar principles to this guy, Nikola Tesla, when he said, if you want to find the secrets of the universe, you think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. As Einstein said, all medicine of the future will be the medicine of frequency. What's the fastest way to impact your frequency? It is breath. All right, so we continue. I discovered the quantum method. This goes way deeper than just the breath. The breath is the primary methodology or the primary technology, but there is a whole system to this. Much thanks to my dear brother James. This book will be coming out soon. This will be published by Hay House. Keep an eye out for this book, published July 28th. It's called Quantum Breath. It will show you the system. But before that, you have the chance to work with me for 4 days in doing the system. It's a complete system for body, mind, and soul, not an other modality hack, but in a way to change and reorganize it from underneath, not from the outside. So it's called the quantum method. I want to show you the method. Feel free to take a picture. This on the screen right now is the summary of everything that I've learned in a most simple form. Behind you will see the chakras or the energy centers. This is where I need you to keep an open mind. The energy centers are real. They've been validated by research for the last 150 years, even by Professor Valerie Hunt from the UCLA University. But moreover, it's been known and practiced in spiritual teachings for thousands of years. Everything is energy, just like Nikola Tesla said, just like you know. And I know that you know. I know I'm, preaching to the converted, so to speak, but let me tell you why we're going into this. Because most people have never had access to a curriculum that will remove interference from this energy system. What blocks the root? What blocks the sacral? What blocks the solar plexus? What blocks the heart? How can I identify that for myself, and how can I remove it? Fear blocks the root energy center, which is the most dangerous poison for your physical health. Fear and stress, same thing. Guilt blocks the sacral energy center, the mental and emotional health. Most people have never been guided into what they did or didn't do. They created this toxic, harmful, chronic guilt, this self-destructive subconscious program. Most people don't know that their primary financial block is the money program they inherited from their parents. Easy to rewire, but they look for money on the outside. It's not an outside job. You don't have to go without if you go within. Most people don't know that their relationships are directly connected to their heart energy center or their heart chakra. So they go and look for people out there when they really need to remove the heart wall, the metaphysical blockage around the heart that comes from grief, sadness, often disguised as stress and or anger. And that is the right side of the model. I don't have time to go through it all, but this is what I want to teach you in the 4 days. 1 full day event and 3 short experiences with breath. Because when you realize and understand that everything on the outside is a projection, reflection, mirror of what is happening inside of your energy system, and you get to remove these emotional blockages, these issues in the tissues, and then you get to rewire your nervous system from stress to presence, from fear to love. You get to be the master of your reality. It has to be that way. It can't be any other way. So this is what I'm so passionate to share, because, even as I bring up this next slide, there is a tremendous amount of research around this now, particularly when it comes to the breath. I mean, we're looking at 18,000 peer-reviewed studies in breathwork in the last decade. The most effective technique to reduce anxiety, create transformation, to lower cortisol in a single session, which you'll experience in a moment. And of course, activate the vagal tone, or the vagus nerve in the body, to downregulate the default mode network in the brain and allow us to experience the true presence that nature has to offer us, the true gift of life, which is to be here now. So the research is there. I won't have time to go through the success story, but I hope I get to share this with you one day, because Patty came to us with leukemia, and she was told by her doctors that she had 2 weeks, and she was told to go home, pack up her things, and prepare to die. They wanted to put her on heavy chemo as quickly as possible. Chemo kills the body, of course, kills the cells in the body. And she followed the technique that we shared with her. She did the emotional healing. She removed the metaphysical heart wall. She turned fear to fuel, guilt to gratitude, shame to self-worth, grief to grace, and so on, and completely healed herself. And is now becoming certified in this method to share it with people around the world. And she has had multiple tests since. Leukemia is completely gone. Am I saying that this will cure everything? No. But if you're looking to address the cause of what you're dealing with, in most cases, it's going to be energy anyway. And it's going to be related to emotions. And breath is always going to be the primary tool that you need to use. I'm not saying that it won't. I'm saying that it's not a promise that it'll heal everything. So when you realize this, my friend, this is useful, by the way. Can I get 2 thumbs up if this is useful for you so far? Because I want you to get the science of this. I want you to understand it as much as possible before I lie you down, and you get to breathe, and you get to receive the medicine of your own consciousness through your breath. So these teachings is what we call the new quantum human, because we are awakening to who and what we are, which is light. And if we are to usher in a new era of light and healing and awakening, we can't do that, as mentioned previously, with the same tools that created the problem. So I want you to picture this. What if in 30 days from now, you wake up before your alarm, you wake up calm, clear-headed, ready to start your day with enthusiasm. No dread, no fog, no searching for your phone, no fight or flight, no stress, no anxiety. Present, grateful, excited, and ready. You feel something that shifted in your chest, that heaviness that was on your chest is gone and it stays gone. And you stop chasing the next protocol or thing or success or KPI or doingness because for the first time in years, you feel home, home, home in your body temple. What would that be worth? What would you want to do? So I want to bring this up as a simple opportunity. And again, the reason why we do this now is because we're going to breathe in the moment and we'll bring it up later, but I don't want to go through it. I want you to have that integration. But what we want to do is invite you to come on a journey with us. We've made it. Uh, I'm doing it for free. We're just going to charge a tiny amount, 97 US, so we can pay for some of our admin team to do the work that they're doing, and the rest is a gift from us, from Food Matters and from me. So the link is going to be in the chat. Let me show you what the invitation is today. Are we going to do a one-day event together? It's a 6-day virtual experience. I'm going to be there for you, teaching you the whole day and guiding you through 2 breathwork ceremonies. Okay. We'll send you the Quantum Wheel of Life assessment so you can actually find out exactly where you are in the different areas of life. Remember, I showed you the method before. We talked about the energy centers or the chakras. You're going to be able to map out exactly which of the energy centers are blocked and which area of life it's affecting. So you get that assessment as well. That is absolutely critical because to see is to know, not to see is to guess. So some bonuses that we want to share with you. I have an online breathwork membership where myself or my top coaches are showing up every week and we're doing breathwork experiences and breathwork ceremonies live every week. So I'm going to give you 3 months of that as well. So you can actually start the journey of rewiring your nervous system because the experience today is beautiful and powerful, but it's not going to last. Not in breath retraining anyway. So I'll give you a whole 3 months. You can come and breathe as often as you want. And all of the recordings of all the different breathwork ceremonies are all in there. So you can do whichever one you want. I'll share my fast track formula masterclass with you, which is how to have a better relationship with time, energy, and money. This is essential for entrepreneurs and people who are seeking financial and time freedom. The 10-day quantum cleanse is the exact same cleanse that I gave to my patients when they wanted to heal, which is intermittent fasting related, breathing related, cleansing and healing. So we'll include that as well. And then at the end of the one-day event, you'll get a 40-minute Q&A with me so you can ask me whatever question you want. And what I wanted to do to make it even more powerful is I wanted to add another 3 days of coaching with me, which is, you can kind of consider it an online challenge, if you will. So let me take you through that now. And then you can see the link in the chat, guys, if you want to register. And then we're going to breathe. So we'll keep it open for the next 24 hours because after that, we will start to close the enrollments and begin the preparation for the online experience. And then this as well. I had a client that called me about, let's say, 6 weeks ago, and she said, "What's happening in the world? Is it true that there's nanobots in our food and in certain injections? Is it true that graphene oxide is found in the human body? Is it true that there are toxins, nanoplastics, and heavy metals in lots of foods and da da da?" And I had to do my research, and I discovered that much of this is true. And what I researched was how to clear it out of the body. So, and this is not guaranteed and it's not perfect, but it's certainly relevant for you if you realize that your body is toxic and you're probably healthy, but there's another layer of healing that's possible. I'm going to guide you through the exact system how to do that, how to purify the body temple, restore vitality, and reverse, if you do it properly, your biological age. At this current moment in time, I'm 43 years old biologically, chronologically, but biologically I'm 24. And I can do things in my 40s that I couldn't even dream of in my 20s. And I'm as healthy as I've ever been. So I want to share that with you and as how I've become a living, breathing example of how to live an incredible life, disease-free and feeling, and hopefully also looking young, who knows. So that's day 1 of the online challenge. Day 2 is the mindset. We're going to do some subconscious reprogramming of your primary fear patterns. And so you can learn to focus your mind, master emotions, and hopefully reclaim your personal power. That's day 2 of the online challenge. And day 3 is the soul set. Here I'm going to talk about energy hygiene, energy protection, what happens at a quantum level. How do we access our soul? How do we call back the wisdom of our soul, and begin to live life, in alignment with our purpose, really. So that's it, my friends. There's a link in the chat. Come and join us if you wish. I don't want to go into too much detail. You get it. It's $97 if you want to join us. Excellent. If you don't, then enjoy the breath. But just know we often get emails from people saying, I did the breath, but the link is gone. I don't have it anymore. So just take a moment to click the link and open it up. And like I said, you've got 24 hours to register and join us. And we'll put all of this in there for you for $97. We'll pay our team and I'll do it for free. So the website is drespen.com/QBB for quantum breath breakthrough. Okay. While you do that, let me bring up this video. Dr. Bruce Lipton has recorded a video for you. He wanted me to share this with you before you go into the breath work, because of the experience he has when he does the one-on-one breath with me. So as you're looking at this video, you can complete your registration if you want to come along. If not, you get to breathe and then work out the rest on your own. Enjoy this beautiful video from Dr. Bruce Lipton, and then we're going to start setting you up for the breathwork experience.
Hi, team. Hi, all you fellow travelers out there. Bruce Lipton here. Let me tell you something. I just had a breath experience with Dr. Espen, and it was a wonderful physiological, mental experience, both of those at the same time. And I have to say, when I experienced it, there was part of me, Bruce was laying down and taking in the breath and experiencing that. And then there was Bruce, the science guy, going, hey, what's going on? For me, it was like deep breathing. I have lung alveoli at the bottom of the lung that probably haven't seen fresh air in 30 or 40 years. But by fully expanding them, I brought them back to life. Not Lazarus, just the cells in the alveoli. They're waking up and going, oh my God, we're breathing, fresh air is coming in. And the biology of the system was pushing energy through the system. That flow probably helped clear up a lot of clogged pathways where the energy wasn't flowing that good before, but now you're pushing the pressure on that sucker and making that energy flow. And you open up new opportunities, new experiences, and new realities in your life, because you are now controlling, in a sense, the power of this energy field. And it's like you're not the victim of the field. You are now controlling the field with your breath. And so I just wanted to offer to you, you who are about to experience this is a wonderful biological, simple reality of how breath can influence consciousness, which in turn creates the experience. And that gives you a tool to manifest the life you desire on this planet. So I hope you enjoy the experience.
Right. So what did he specifically have to share? Breath influences consciousness. You get it? What happens if you hold your breath for too long? You lose consciousness. You get it? Breath, consciousness, same thing. Breath, spirit, in spirit, to inspire, same thing. Did you know that in many indigenous languages around the world, the word for breath and spirit is the same word? So what he's saying is, if you learn to change your breath, you can change your consciousness. What happens if you can change your consciousness? You change everything, because everything is consciousness. You are consciousness. You get it? It's been right there a whole life. Crazy. Yet so simple and so profound. Yeah, I love Bruce too. Okay, so friends, we're about to get into the breath work. As I said, we'll go a little bit over. You can expect about 40 minutes from now. Okay, so please, as you get yourself ready, you cannot be doing anything else. You cannot be multitasking. All right, you cannot be in the kitchen doing something, doing this breath. You do this breath lying down in a sacred space. And if not, you can come back. If you're watching the recording, you can do it another time. But this is the moment where you get to meet your soul, and you get to do it through your breath. Okay. So as you set yourself up in the space where you're going to be lying down, you're not going to be seated up, because sometimes if you pull the mind out of the body, you might pass out, and you don't want to do that seated. You want to do that lying down. Let me explain a little bit about this breath. This is the same breath that saved my life. It's the same breath that Dr. Bruce Lipton just talked about, that I do for him when I do one-on-one sessions with him. It's the same breath that I share with children that are healing, children that I work with in hospitals. Bruce Lipton is 80 and he does it, so you'll be fine. The only time you don't do this breathwork ceremony fully is if you've had a heart attack or a stroke in the last 6 months, if you've been diagnosed with epilepsy, or if there's a chance that you may be pregnant. If any of these are the case for you, then you just breathe through your nose and you just sit quietly and listen and feel, because the quantum field will be with you, of course, and it'll always have an effect. But I just don't want you to breathe with full intensity if you've had a heart attack or a stroke or been diagnosed with epilepsy, okay? Or if you're pregnant, as I mentioned. But apart from that, you're going to make every breath the biggest breath of your life. This is a very active breath. You're going to have to give it everything you got. And you will notice your mind, maybe emotions, come up, and there will be resistance. We're going to do 3 rounds of 10 minutes each. Particularly in the first 2 rounds, there will be resistance. Your mind will tell you just to slow down and breathe less. Your emotions will come up. Maybe the anxiety that you're trying to heal will come up, and that means that it's working. But at that point, the brain will say, oh yeah, I'm not feeling good right now, so I'll just probably stop. So if it's mental or emotional, keep pushing, keep breathing. If it's physical, you're going to feel a lot of energy in your hands. You're going to feel like electricity is like balls of energy in your hands. That means it's working. You're going to feel tingling and sensations. You're going to feel emotions. You're going to feel often the need to move or shake. That's perfectly fine. If at any point in time you want to come out of the breathwork experience or breathwork ceremony, no problem. Just start breathing through your nose and you'll come back. But just note that that's probably the moment when you're knocking on the door, so to speak, to your higher self. So the most important thing is to trust the process, to trust your body's own innate healing capacity, to know that breathing is life. And when you breathe, you heal. And to surrender and let go. When the thought comes up, lean into it. When the emotion arises, surrender to it. All right, and just breathe deeper. We're going to do 3 rounds of breathing. At the end of the round, please listen carefully. You are going to breathe in. Try this with me, please. Breathe in. More air. When you think your lungs are full, breathe in more. See? Hold. Now I want you to contract your glutes, pull up your pelvic floor, almost like you're stopping yourself going to the toilet. Keep holding. Okay, now squeeze at the base of the spine and look up to your third eye. Look up, squeeze. Take another breath. Look up, squeeze. Exhale and relax. When I say exhale and relax, I just want you to breathe out and let go of everything, okay? If you wish, you can make the sound on the exhale to open up the crown. If you wish to really meet your soul, your state of unconditional love. If you really want to unify with your higher self, so to speak, okay? So again, 3 rounds. Full breath in, full breath out. Let me bring up the diagram for you just to show you what Bruce Lipton was indicating, what he was talking about. The vision that I saw when this breath was given to me. This is not the auric field or the aura. This is your torus field, T-O-R-U-S. I want you to breathe in from the red, out through the purple, in through the root, out through the crown. I want you to circulate the breath in this fashion. You're moving energy in a circular fashion where there is already a field of energy, okay? This energy is already there. You're just going to be expanding and contracting the field, moving energy where energy is already moving. All right. So when you're ready, my friend, lie down. Get yourself comfortable. If you can, keep your camera on. That's great. See, some of you are sitting. Please lie down. If you sit in a chair where you can fully lie back and relax, it's okay if you have a stress less. But if you're just sitting on a normal chair, you can't do that breathing because chances are you'll fall off your chair. So you'd rather lie on the floor. No, don't sit. I've seen it too many times before. People go in, dunk, and then they fall off the chair. Okay? So again, my friend, please do this safely. And do it with everything you've got. This is the type of breath that needs energy behind it. I will be guiding you the whole way, okay? So you don't need to think about anything. You just literally breathe. Just follow my guidance. And you breathe with everything you've got. I'm going to ask you 3 questions now. Before we dive in, I'd like you to say yes to these 3 questions. If you don't say yes, I'd like you not to partake in the breathwork experience. Question number 1. Do you give your conscious mind full access and permission to have a beautiful and a safe breathwork experience today? If you do, please say out loud yes. Thank you. The question's for you, of course, not for me. Question 2. Do you give your subconscious mind, which includes all the cells in your body, full access and permission to fully trust, fully surrender, and fully let go in this experience today? Thank you. And do I, as your breathwork facilitator today, have your permission to guide you into the quantum field and then fully back into your body today? Yes or no? Wonderful. Okay, my friend, well, then you're ready. Take this moment to close your eyes and to start to pay attention to your breath. Just notice your breath as it comes in and as it goes out. There's nothing to do, nowhere to go. Just relax. In the breathwork experience now, we're going to be breathing through the mouth the whole time. If you wish to reduce the experience or come out of the experience, you may change to nose breathing. But this is a breath through the mouth the whole time. The inhale lifts the energy from the base of the spine up to the crown. The exhale, you can visualize a white light coming out the crown and going back around. So let's just try a couple of test breaths to start. Bring your attention to the root energy center at the base of your spine. And when you're ready, breathe in and out. In through the root, out through the crown. Let's do it again. In, up, up, and out. Okay, now do one more time. In, and now I want you to hold. Okay, but your lungs are not full, so take in more air. You have a lot more room for air. Nice. A little bit more still. There you go. Now hold it, squeeze it up to the brain, and exhale. That's it. We're going to do that 3 rounds. My friend, before you drop in, I just want to remind you quickly, you are not the body. You are not the mind. You are the eternal consciousness, which is the observer of the body and the mind. The more you breathe, the more you fill the body and being with light. The more you breathe, the more you remember who you are. So please take this moment to close your eyes if you haven't already. Put a big smile on your face. And in this breath, please give it everything you've got. Let's begin. Welcome to the Quantum Academy. I'm Dr. Espen, and in this journey, we're going to be practicing the quantum DMT breathwork to connect to the quantum field. This is shamanic breathing, 3 rounds of 10 minutes, in through the mouth, out through the mouth. You want to breathe as deep and as much as possible. So, when you're ready, make sure you are in a quiet, uninterrupted space where you will not be disturbed, where you will not be doing anything else than being fully present in this breathwork ceremony. Each breath is in through the mouth and out through the mouth, and it'll sound something like this. Each breath begins at the base of the spine, and as you inhale through the mouth, you will visualize the life force, the energy spiraling up your spine, moving its way past the heart, past the throat, into your brain to illuminate your mind. And at the end of each of the 3 rounds of shamanic breathing, you're going to breathe in, hold, and squeeze. Squeeze the energy up into the brain, right up to the top of the head to open your crown. And as you exhale, make the sound Om, to connect to the quantum field. Now remember, each breath is the biggest breath of your life. Be sure to fully breathe in, and as you exhale, fully let go. Now, when you are in your space, take this moment to close your eyes. In your own mind, call upon your guides, your ancestors. Call in your team in highest light and resonance to hold space for you during this ceremony. We now command that all dark, dense energies and entities leave this space immediately or be transformed into pure white light now. This is a pure transmission of the highest light. Everything else bounces off. When you're ready, my friend. Biggest breath of your life, in through the mouth, out through the mouth. In 3, 2, 1. Good. In, out. Good. In, out. Good. Good. Check in. Make sure that you're breathing as deep as you can. Good. In, out. Breathe and smile. Again, in, out. Keep going like that. Relax your jaw. Relax your hands. Good. Relax your mind. Very good. Let's go deeper. In, out. Beautiful. In and out. In and out. In through the bottom, out the top. In from the bottom, out the top. Relax, relax. In, up, let go. Again. In, up, let go. Remember who you are. In, up, exhale. Really good. Staying in the rhythm. Making sure that we're all breathing in and out at the exact same time. So together. In now. Out now. In now. Good. Out.
In and out. Now, as you breathe it in, lift it up, breathe it out, and let everything go. As you breathe, feel the sensations. Lean into it. You've got to feel it to heal it. So breathe, and then let go. Any sensation right now that you can feel that feels wonderful or uncomfortable, breathe into it. Let it envelop you. Feel it fully. Exhale. Remember who you are. In, up, exhale. That's it. In through the bottom, up the spine, out the crown, back around. Now relax the body. That's it. Relax your hands. Relax your feet. Good. Relax your jaw. That's it. In and out. A little bit deeper. Here we go. Again.
Very good. Make sure the breath is in through the mouth and out through the mouth. And that it's deeper. More air. More air. Good. Expand your lungs even more. More. Exhale. Very good. We're coming towards the end of the first round. Let's see if we can go a little bit deeper. Keep breathing. Doing great. Whatever you're feeling, that's the healing. If you can surrender a little bit deeper to that. And at the end of the round, we're gonna breathe in. Keep going. So at the end of the round, we're gonna breathe in, and then we're gonna hold on the inhale. Then you're gonna squeeze the energy from the base of your spine up into the brain. Gonna keep holding, keep squeezing, and if you wish, you can make the sound on the exhale. But for now, let's charge up. More air. In, up, exhale. More breath. Here we go. In, out. Keep going, just like that. You're doing great. Good, check it out. In, out. Relax on the exhale. Full surrender. Every time you exhale, let go. Relax the body. Good. Relax the mind. Almost at the end. Keep going. See if you can get a little bit more air and energy flowing through your body. awakening, healing, activating. You've got this. Keep going, more air. In from the bottom, out the top.
Good. Deeper, only a couple more breaths. Then you're going to breathe in, and you're going to hold and squeeze. Okay, you ready? Here we go. Inhale, full in, hold. Hold it. That's it. Lock it down and squeeze it up. Contract your perineum. Pull your belly button all the way down through the spine into the floor. That's it. Lock it down and squeeze it up. Push the energy into your mind. Take another sip. Into your brain. Squeeze it up right up to the top. Bring all of your awareness, all of your life force up to the top of your head. Now you're going to make the sound Om in 3, 2, 1. Now let go and relax. Let go, my friend, let go. And all the pieces and the parts of you that you've given up and given away along the lifetimes and timelines, call them back to you now. Being in full receivership from the field now. And when you're ready, we're going to build it up again. We're going to breathe in through the bottom and out through the top. Breathing in alignment with the electromagnetic torus field that we are. When you're ready, put a smile on your face and remember who you are. Second round of shamanic breathing in 3, 2, 1.
Good. Straight into it. Shake your body out if you need to. Check in with yourself. It's easy to hide from anyone else. We cannot hide from ourselves. In, up, up, and out. Was that the biggest breath that I can do? In, more, out. Good. So when you breathe in, you lift it up. And when you breathe out, you let it go. In, let go. Relax your jaw. In, let go. Relax your hands. In and out. Doing great. Good. As you breathe, you may choose to visualize your ancestors, spirit guides, angels, archangels, holding space, protecting, supporting this transmission. Let's go deeper. In and out.
Beautiful. In and out. You're doing great. At this point, you may be feeling energy moving through your body. Maybe what feels like electricity in your hands. Some tingling, some sensations. Good. It means it's working. Now, if you wanted to, you could slow down your breathing right now. You could start to breathe through your nose and you'll come out of it. Why would you do that if you are knocking on the door? So go deeper. In, up, and out. In, up, and out.
Doing great. Now, remember, as you breathe, there will be thoughts, sensations of resistance. Your mind telling you that you should wait, maybe breathe
As
less.
you breathe in, up, and out, you're increasing energy, frequency, and vibration in your entire body and being. And as you continue to breathe in through the bottom, up the spine, out the crown, back around, you are coming up to a whole new bandwidth of oscillation. Bring it up and out. Up to a point where you will literally change matter. You change the body. When you change your energy, frequency, vibration, the body will heal. It is impossible for sickness and disease to stay in a space of light. Breathing in light and exhale. Breathing in light and exhale. Again, in, up, and out. You're doing great. Keep going. In, up, and out. Relax your hands, your feet, your jaw, your mind. And just breathe deeper.
You're doing great. Already halfway through the second round. Stay with it. In and out. Lift it up. Let it go. And don't forget to smile. Remember who you are. Not your body. Not your emotions. The consciousness that observes the experience. Therefore you are safe. Safe to breathe. Safe to feel. Safe to heal. Beautiful. Checking in. Are you breathing fully? Are you letting go of everything that doesn't serve you every time you exhale? Let it go. Two minutes. Only 2 minutes left of the second round.
Now, as you breathe and let go, as you breathe, let go, you can, if you wish, by your own free will, start breathing through your nose. However, you are getting very close to the end of the second round. So breathe in, up, and out. As you breathe in, spiraling up, electricity up your spine. The inhale is the electric, the exhale, the magnetic. The inhale, the masculine, the exhale, the feminine. The inhale, the doing, the exhale, the release. Again, in and out. More energy up, and out. Keep breathing. You're doing great. In a couple of breaths, we're going to breathe in. We're going to hold on the inhale. We're going to squeeze it up to the top of the head and make the sound Om. Here we go. Inhale and hold. That's it. Squeeze it up. Take in more air. That's it. Lock it down. Squeeze it up. Pull your belly button to your spine. Contract your perineum. Squeeze at the base of the spine. Drive all that cerebrospinal fluid into your brain and up to your crown. Take another sip. That's it. Hold it. Lock it down. Squeeze it up. Push it up. Your crown is fully open. Hold it. Squeeze it. And you'll make the sound Om in 3, 2, 1. And now exhale and relax. Let go. Let go. Nothing to do. Nowhere to go. Just be. You are safe. You are loved. And you are powerful. Let go. Now, when you are ready, prepare for the third and final round of your breathwork ceremony. Bring your awareness to the base of your spine. And let's begin in 3, 2, 1.
Great work, my friend. You go straight into it. Biggest breath. In and and out. Now you're starting to feel the energy moving through your body. Electricity up your spine, energy in your hands, tingling in your body. Good. That's your body's energy system coming online. The energy that you can feel in your hands, that's the torus field expanding. Your heart opening, because your hands are an extension of your heart. In, up, up, exhale. Keep going like that. In, up, up. That's it. Make sound if you need. Shake, cry, whatever you need, it's all welcomed here. This is last and final round. We now have 8.5 minutes left to get the energy up to the top of our head. Focus at the top of your head. In, up, up, exhale. And again.
Deeper. Breathing in, breathing out. Call it in. Let it go. One more time. Bring it in and then let it go. That's it. Feel the energy as it moves through you, in you. This is the real quantum you. You're not the body. You're not the mind. You are the consciousness, the eternal observer of the body and the mind, and therefore you are limitless, unstoppable, conscious, whole, and free. As you breathe, you remember, put together the parts and the pieces of who you really are. Pure light. Always been, always will be. In through the bottom, up the spine, let it go. In through the base, into the crown, breathe it out. You've got this, my friend. Breathe in deeper. Exhale. Breathing in fully. And then exhale. Remember, it ran in your family until it ran into you. Deeper. Together. In, up, and out. That's in, up, and out. Beautiful. Breathing in light, breathing out everything and anything that no longer serves you. In and let go. Smile, my friend. In and out. Keep going just like that.
Good. Now check your body. Relax your body. Hands, jaw, neck. Relax your neck. Good. Breath in, breath out. Even more air. Full lungs, exhale. More than halfway through. Only 4 minutes. You have 4 minutes to get the energy up to the heart and up to the throat and up to the third eye and up to the crown. Let's keep going. In, up, up. Beautiful. After the third round, you hold and squeeze. And then you just relax. Three minutes, my friend. See if you can push through that little bit of resistance that you may be feeling. See if you can stay present with your breath. Don't let your mind wander. Stay here. In and out. My friend, we're coming into the last 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Whatever you've been saving for later, now it's time to bring it out. Breathe if you can, if you choose, with everything you've got. In and out, just like that. Coming into the last minute. See if you can lift the energy up to the top of your head. You've got this. Here we go. Together. In. Out. Good. Again.
Keep breathing in and out. Remember, you have waited your entire life to get to this very moment in time. As you breathe in and out, you connect to the field. Air, breath, and spirit is the same thing. You breathe in and out. Now we're going to get to the end of the third and final round. That's it. We're going to breathe in, hold, and squeeze. You ready for it? All the way in, fully in, and hold. That's it. Hold, my friend. Breathe in more air. That's you right there. Lock it down and squeeze it up. Pull in. That's it. Pull up and squeeze. Take another sip of air. That's it. Hold it. Lock it. Heart is open. Throat is open. Third eye open. Crown is open. Drive all of the energy now. All of it. That's it. Another sip. That's it. Drive it up to the brain. Illuminate your mind. Squeeze all the energy up to the top of your head. Squeeze it. Drive it right up to the top. Now welcome home. You make the sound Om in 3, 2, 1. And let go. Let go. Let go. Feel your connection to your soul, the state of unconditional love. You are home. You have arrived. Now receive.
Just keep your eyes closed and receive. Relax. Keep your eyes closed, my friend. And feel your connection to spirit, to your soul, your connection to unconditional love. And just continue to receive. Ah. You are loved. You are safe.
Release the spirit of peace in this place. Release the spirit of peace in this place. I will open up my soul. I will let my heart be known. The deepest parts of me will not be unseen. I will open up my soul. I will let my heart be known. The deepest parts of me will not be unseen.
Take this moment to lie down, relax. Just keep your eyes closed as you feel yourself arriving more and more into the body temple. No need to try to understand, because you understand. Just feel. Just be for just a little longer.
Release the spirit up my soul. I will let my heart be known. The deepest parts of me will not be unseen. And I will open up my soul, and I will let my heart be known. The deepest parts of me will not be unseen.
Now just continue to keep your eyes closed. And as you keep your eyes closed, you're arriving even more into the body, back into the temporary physical body. Take this moment to connect to the heart in your chest. That beautiful heart that beats just for you. It beats for you because you're worthy. Because you are loved. Just the way you are. As you keep your eyes closed, this may be a good time to begin to wiggle your fingers and toes. You move your wrists and ankles. Hello, wrists and ankles. Thank you, wrists and ankles. I see many tears. Beautiful work, friends. And then move your elbows and your knees. Take this moment to move your elbows and your knees. And then your shoulders and your hips. Moving the shoulders and the hips. And if you haven't done so already, great time as you keep your eyes closed to stretch into the body. Give the body a good stretch in whatever way your body needs. As if you're waking up to the first day of the rest of your life. When you're ready, you can roll over to your favorite side, slowly but surely in your own time. Come up to a seated position. Take your time, take your time. Take your time. I want to acknowledge all of you for showing up, and particularly those who kept the camera on. Mirra Derez, your breathing was profound, sister. Mary Lott, beautiful work. Stephanie, Dee, Carolina, Katie, Lana, Bill. And for those of you who went all in, I see you. That was beautifully done. When you are ready, you may take a sip of water and then please share in the chat a little bit about your experience. We'll take a couple of shares from the audience. Mira Deras, if you want to share. Mary Lott, maybe if you want to share. I saw some beautiful experiences from you guys there. So, Mira, okay. How was your breath work?
I still can talk, can speak. Was very I connected a lot with grief. I felt the tingling all over my body, and somehow I felt my brother, who I lost recently. I
Did
never
you
felt
get
this.
did you get to connect with him today? Did you feel his presence?
Yeah.
What did he
I
have to share with you?
I hug him, and then I saw my brother, my other brother who died like 20 years ago. I saw my dog, who was with me 15 years and died a few months ago, like few months away from my brother. And it was very beautiful. And I feel like like I was having somehow a little bit of relief and letting out all that feeling that I was feeling since the day he was diagnosed with cancer till the day he was declared dead.
Thank you for sharing.
Experience. Thank you.
May I ask a quick question?
Yeah,
What do you believe about yourself and your brother? Do you believe that you are only a body, or are you also perhaps a soul or something like that?
I believe 100% we are energy. We are soul. Or our body is only a vehicle that we use to live in this world called Earth. But I believe we are energy.
Yeah.
100%.
So,
Yeah.
so then your brother is not dead.
No, he's not.
His spirit is alive, yeah?
Yeah, very alive.
And you connected with him again today, yeah?
Yeah,
He's always with you.
yeah,
He might not be in the physical body anymore, like my mother and my brother and many more,
yeah.
but their spirit is alive. And we can connect with them when we can change our consciousness. We can meet them.
Yeah.
What was the message that you got?
That he's okay. That he's happy. That even though that he left a few things uh without being able to end, he's safe and he was able to see God and he is among us and that
Yeah.
everything's gonna be okay.
Thank you for sharing. This is very important for all of us. Integration after such an activation and a healing like this is a good 10 days. So make sure that for the next 10 days, you take care of yourself and get out, feet on the ground, pray, laugh, dance, sing, cry, journal, meditate.
Thank you. I will. Thank you so
Isn't
much.
it? It's my pleasure, love. Thank you. Isn't it amazing? That was 30 minutes.
At at the beginning I felt very like uh I was like not feeling it like my body was trying to reject it.
Yeah,
Then it become more easier, and then I was like totally connected. Yeah.
totally connected. Yeah. Well, we're going to be doing this for, a full day and then 3 more breath work every day for 3 days. So we have 4 days of this healing work. If you want to come and join us, we'd love to see you again. And I just want to acknowledge you again for sharing. Thank you so much for your open heart and your vulnerability and sharing your story with us.
Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone.
Beautiful, Mira. All right. Anyone else want to share? We'll take one more share before we wrap up again. We'll get the link in the chat too. You guys can kind of get the feeling now, I think, of what's possible. So we're not trying to pitch you anything. I just want to be really clear. I'm not want to sell you anything. I want to offer you an opportunity to continue the journey. And we just charge a little bit to take care of some of the admin stuff, but we're on a mission to help as many people as we can. So if this was meaningful to you, come along. If it wasn't, then, bless you, and that's perfectly fine as well. And for those of you who said you didn't feel that type of experience, that's okay. Everyone's experience is different. The breath always gives you exactly what you need. You're not doing it wrong, just doing it different. Chris says, thank you. That was so fucking awesome. That alone was worth 97. I'm glad. Yeah. Well, today was free. Yeah. It was just a gift from me to you guys. I was seeing blue light, says Lisa. Neelam says, am I doing it wrong? No, we just addressed that. Incredible experience. Thank you, says Shirley from New Zealand. Thank you. I needed that to connect today. Yeah, it's my pleasure, guys. Will you be running it again? Yes, like I mentioned those days. If I can get the team to put the link in the chat, you guys keep an eye on your emails as well. Okay, great to be with you. I was totally led by the universe. 4 weird things happened to get me. Yeah, I know, it's fun, wonderful, Lana. Okay, does anyone have any final shares? Anyone feel inspired to share about your breathwork experience? If not, we're going to be wrapping up, my friends.
I'd love to share real quickly. I won't be long.
Please, Mary, take it away. You were doing really great with your breath. What did you experience?
Yeah, that the first few rounds, my whole body just felt so tight. Like I would look at my hands and they were all, tight and felt really tight around my mouth. And I wasn't sure if that's normal. That's the energy. I know you mentioned a lot in your hands, but it felt as though my hands were kind of holding their own shape, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
And then on that third round, I felt like, okay, I was able to kind of open my palms a little bit more. It just felt a little bit more flowing. And then at the end, like there was this sense of connecting to something that I've never connected to before, but I known existed. Like, right, there's that awareness and knowing that that's there, and it was beautiful. And I just felt like all my ancestors and my guides just were all around me in this space. And I just, for the first time, I think I felt like I know what just being is, what being feels like, right? I'm busy and things are always happening. And I'm always talking about how important it is to just be. And that I actually experienced it today. I don't think I've ever experienced that before or in that way, or, and so it was just like, oh my gosh, I need more of that. I totally need more of that in my life. So thank you. I mean, so much for introducing me to something like this. So
It's my pleasure. How do you feel now?
I feel really good. I feel really relaxed. I mean, I felt, I've had some pain in my elbow for many, many, many months. And I felt something happening there when I was doing the breath work, and specifically at the end, when you're just kind of receiving, there was something happening with that arm, and it's not hurting currently at the moment. And I'm feeling super relaxed, and I'm feeling at the same time energized, if that's possible.
Yep.
Like
Very
really good.
possible.
Yeah.
That was what we were talking about earlier in the presentation. When the nervous system is equilibrated, you feel relaxed, peaceful, and present, yet you have infinite power and potential. And that is not anxiety, stress, or the kind of fight or flight experiences. This is, and again, that was only 30 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah. That was fantastic. It's like I need to go on one of these retreats too, or just introduce this into my life a little bit more, maybe is where I start. But yeah.
Yay, Mary, thank you so
Yeah.
much for sharing.
Thank you.
Pleasure. Thank you. All right, friends, we're going to be wrapping up, but just a final note, as I mentioned, please do take care of yourself now over the next few days. It's really important to ground, to meditate. Don't be surprised if you are suddenly experiencing way more synchronicities. Don't be surprised if certain parts of your body, like Mary just spoke to, her elbow healed, and someone saying my sinuses are cleared up, and another person said in the chat before that her migraine had completely disappeared. We get this all the time because all sickness and disease is a lower vibration. And when you breathe and super oxygenate and increase the energy frequency and vibration in your whole body, disease often leaves the body. It happens all the time. It's very common. In fact, we have, in our rooms, when we do this kind of work, we normally see about 20 to 30% spontaneous remissions, instantaneous healings of a total audience that can assess it within the room. And then normally up to 50% healing rate if they continue the work. So we hope to see you again at the one-day event to continue this work, to, dive deeper into the subconscious and release, trapped emotion, equilibrate your nervous system, and just open your heart. The electromagnetic torus field of the heart that I've spoken to multiple times is possible for us to influence through our breath. Maybe today was a little bit of an experience in that. So Juanita says, that was awesome. Can we do this every day? Yeah, you can. But I did it 2-3 times per day, sometimes 4 times per day when I needed to heal. But if you're going to do this type of breathwork experience, this is one of 8. So I shared number 1 with you today. There's 7 more different ones for different energy centers and different areas of life. But you do different ones depending on what it is that you need. But again, I'll teach you much more about this if we get to see each other again. So I want to wrap up by saying a very special thank you to the Food Matters team, to my friend James and Peter and everybody. Can we get a round of applause for bringing us together today? If it wasn't for the Food Matters documentary and Hungry for Change and Transcendence and so much of the work that you guys have put together, many, many, many millions of people would have missed out. So we are here because of you, and we see you, we acknowledge you, we thank you, and we love you. It's been an honor to be with you today. It's been my gift to you just to share some of these teachings, and hopefully many more of you had a healing or transformative experience, like the 2 ones that we've just heard. I know that there's always many more. You've got the QR code to go to my Instagram and send me the message, FM, so I can send you another breath work that you could do every morning for free as another gift as well. And the door is open for you to continue the work. And keep on healing and being part of a beautiful community. So I'll leave you with the final question before we wrap up. My favorite question is, what if the top is just the bottom of your potential? What if the top is just the bottom of your potential? I'm Dr. Espen. Thank you so much for your time today. All of me loves all of you. Take care. God bless. We'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.